Got something for you, folks. We're going to talk about Snoop Dogg. This is not a review, but I've noticed something. It enhances your album when you have Snoop Dogg on it. And I feel like this is pretty true. For a lot of upcoming rappers, it feels like they try to do too much at once, and like the reason for some of their first debut albums and sometimes even second albums not making that many waves is because they don't have anyone who people know. It just happens to be a good look if you can get like a fluid relationship with someone who has a bigger name than you. And I feel like if you don't do that, it doesn't entice people to listen to you because you need something to admit so people know that you can be in the driver's seat. And so when you do this, like, even going way back to Doggy Style, Snoop Dogg had other people so we knew who they were. Like, we knew who Snoop Dogg was because of Dre, but we also found out who the Dogg Pound were, and Nate Dogg. These are a couple people who, as the decade progressed, we got to see who these people were, and I just feel like when you do that sort of thing, you need that. And I feel like you need it in a lot of ways. Because it's just disappointing. I really don't like when rappers will say, I'm making a no features album, because usually those types of albums don't really have any radio songs on it, and it just ends up being a boring listen. It feels like I'm just, like if you gotta have a balanced breakfast. In other words, you can't just have, most people don't just have bacon for breakfast, or they don't just have eggs for breakfast. You're gonna have a glass of orange juice, biscuits, pancakes, sausage. Usually it's just not something. You have to have the complete picture. If you notice, a lot of these guys out there, some of your favorites, they have not seen that much success, or they're just, the album sales are just like a brick because they don't have, there's no relatability to it. And so I feel like an excellent person that will probably boost your album sales is Snoop Dogg. I feel like he's at the point where almost everyone knows who he is, even if you don't listen to rap, and he doesn't slip on the mic. So it just feels as if, this is someone I suggest a lot of people start using. It's good, because Snoop Dogg has had some collaborations. He's got a throng of hits with Pharrell and Dr. Dre as well, and there's like a couple other people I want to say he makes songs with. But for a little while there, he was getting close to Akon too, getting close to making good songs with him. But these are just a few. He's someone that I think is pretty approachable. You should, that's something that needs to be sought out. So that's someone who should be on more albums. I mean, if some of these guys I'm getting ready to review, if they just had someone like Snoop Dogg on there, I'd probably be more inclined to listen to it. But then again, you can't just do like, well, I've got a song with Snoop Dogg and nobody else. You gotta figure out someone to get you a good hook, and then another person that you can trade bars with. I mean, you gotta be creative. I'm not trying to preach. That's something. Snoop Dogg is definitely a good person to have on an album to get me more interested in it.